Hello everyone, this is Ariba Rauf along with
Adan Binti Adnan.
we are AS level media studies students and we have recently launched our production company Schrodinger's Paradox.
We have released our first ever film titled Curse, and today we will be critically reflecting upon the following question.
For the engagement, we did not just want the audience to sit back and watch, we wanted them to know what the character was going through. And for that, the film starts off in the house, which it's a confined place, a house which once felt like comfort and peace turned into the protagonist's biggest nightmare. We also focused on Amal's lingering expression, her hands gestures, her eyes, so the audience could relate to her emotions because there is no better way to keep the audience engaged rather than keeping them hooked through the emotional baggage which they feel through which they feel connected to the character. Moreover, there is no time for the audience to step back and breathe or take a moment to themselves. They have to focus on what is going on the screen because there is a certain build up, a certain tension within the characters and within the story. Furthermore, I was influenced by Stuart Hall's reception theory. I did not want to give the audience this is right or wrong perception. I wanted them to think what is right in their opinion. An example for that is the mother's character. Bano's character is someone who is not completely a hero in the story who rescues the protagonist or the villain in the story. She's somewhere in between, so it really depends on the audience perspective what they think of her and how they want to perceive her. In addition to engagement, there's also the fact that we have used a certain type of environment, a certain type of lighting, which keeps the audience hooked and which keeps them engaged. We have used natural and realistic setting where the type of setting with which the audience is familiar with. We have used a ground, we have used a kitchen, we have used home setting or school ground. Audiences are familiar with these types of settings, so they do not lose their interest. It is not out of their comfort zone, so it keeps them engaged. Lastly, the use of monologues and poetic dialogues are also something which keeps the audience engaged, considering the fact that these are the feelings audiences remember rather than the actions. Audiences do get more influenced by what they felt at that certain moment. So through this, we have boosted our engagement. As far as distribution is concerned, we have distributed our media product in various ways. Firstly, by screening it in front of our classmates and colleagues. It was an experience in its own, considering it was the first time our media product was out there in front of the public for them to judge, have opinions, make remarks. However, in the end, we were able to get some great feedback. Another humbling experience was sharing it with our friends because despite our best effort to maintain the seriousness of the environment, they couldn't help but laugh. So, getting a version of somebody else's opinion was something we were looking for. Another way we distributed this was by showing the video, the film to our family. And frankly speaking, I do not think there's anybody out there who would give their unfiltered opinion rather than our families, especially in brown families who do not hold back. So getting their feedback was also something which helped us in a long run. Lastly, we distributed our film on our official YouTube channel of Schrodinger's Paradox production company, which through which it was accessible to everyone out there, to the external public. They could comment, they could interact with us, and tell us how they feel about our project.